in terms of numbers, and I'll get to the dollars in a moment, but the summer school itself, it doesn't have sort of infinite capacity to get bigger. It's got a maximum of 60 delegates or participants a year, but ideally a bit less than that, around 50, 54. And we're aiming to have about 50% females involved in the summer school. That will be a big increase from the 10 to 20% that we've had previous years. But there is already a standing demand for 30 to 40 places each year from across the API member organisations. So 70% of these are male, but it means that ultimately there's maybe around 20 spots for new professional women to be joining the summer school program. And we have 15 scholarships a year to support that. So I suppose the message there being there's about 15 spots a year on top of the existing usage by our member organisations. The early career program, this is a new program. There is a cap on that as well because of what we're trying to do and linking it in. So we've capped that at around 50 to 60 places as well. And we've designed it to have 20 graduate scholarships and 30 undergraduate scholarships a year. And my expectation is that there's maybe a couple of graduates who are self-funded by industry, but most all of the students will be funded through the scholarship program, and we have that support for 3 years thanks to the Australian Government's Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet and their Women's Leadership Grant Program. But we are looking at how do we, when the 3 years is up, how do we actually build this into something that's self-sustaining. So in terms of the dollars, some things to reflect on is that the summer school is pre-existing and it already has substantial support from API members. It's a big part of what our member organisations pay membership to the API for, is for us to deliver the summer school for the benefit of our members and for the benefit of the sector. So as an existing program, the prices to be part of the professional women program are very much linked to the cost of going to summer school, with a small add-on to reflect the other activities that we're doing as well. We do have funding from Prime Minister and Cabinet for 3 years for scholarships, and we're making those full and part. Part meaning about half of the total cost of the summer school, but noting that we do have discounts for API member organisations already built into the pricing of the summer school. And the comments I've made earlier about we want to increase participation of women. We don't want to just swap out who funds. We actually want to get more women participating in the summer school than we have before, and to also make sure that we're not just funding something completely and then in 3 years the funding stops and no one's built a vested interest in funding support or funding more support for their female leaders. So we very deliberately have a co-contribution element built into the pricing so that we can transition to being more sustainable in the future.